Hello YouTube, and welcome to Fair News Now. I'm your host, Don Gravatt. Fair News Now is a new news channel on YouTube that is just what's implied in the name, fairness. Not created by any kind of extemporaneous forces or swayed in any way. Not politically bound to one party or another. Not bound to any race or another, not bound to any religion or another, just bound on truth, the truth of fairness. The same thing that if you had some decent parents taught you the golden rule. Simple. If this golden rule was applied to the world, the utopian place that it was meant to be would be. So, that golden rule being treat others the way you want to be treated. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. If you could only put yourself in the shoes of the other person, that them being you. Them being you. If we can all end up doing that, no one's perfect. None of us are. But if we can all strive to do that, wow, what a place this would be. Well, I will be finding out from the common man, not any aristocrats, just the common man, what their perspective is, what my perspective is, and your perspective is, because hopefully you'll give input as well as comments in the comments section below, and maybe we can have some sort of dialogue regarding how we're going to make this world a better place. Right now, a lot of things are wrong in the world. And we all know that. How many of us don't even turn on the news anymore because we just can't stand the negativity? Well, we're also going to be injecting a segment into Fair News Now called The Good News. And it'll be just that as well. News, the title explains it all, and the news will be based on the good things that man is doing for and to one another in this world, as opposed to the opposite. So that may help to shed some of the stress, the day-to-day stresses that we have, just by knowing that good does exist, and you can tune into it here. So if you have any ideas or any stories of good that's happening that's not getting its just due in terms of exposure, please send it to me in the comments, and I'll be in touch with you. Well, welcome. It'll be a pleasure to meet many of you, to speak with many of you, and a pleasure to disseminate the truth of fairness. Not right wing, not left wing, not white, black, Asian, Hispanic, just fairness, the truth of fairness. And so most or all of my stories will be based on, what if it were you? What if this were happening to you? Do you have the ability, if you have privilege? And it's quite evident in this country, America, that we have certain segments that have privilege. And so that can only be looked at from the standpoint of it's inexorable. It's enmeshed in the fabric of this country. And so this news is based on liberty and justice for all. For all. Not some, not the rich, not the poor, not the white, not the black, but for all. And until we as mankind are able to assimilate that mantra, that liberty and justice for all, without exception, is what we live by, we'll never reach our full potential. This country will never reach its full potential. So, if you are one of the millions out there that I feel the same as I do, chime in. Support this channel. Support what we do. Because if you're listening to CNN or Fox News, or you're getting a skewed perception of things, a presentation, if you will, based on bias. One is left wing, one is right wing. No, fairness. Fairness. That's all that we're talking about. Fair to everyone, not fair to one specific, because this is a hard topic. This is a hard subject. There'll be many people out there, and I can't wait to get feedback. I can't wait to get feedback from America, from the world. What we're looked at as a country by the rest of the world and by ourselves. Introspection, self-reflection. We're going to do a lot of things here. So it'll run the gambit. Who knows? I mean, I'd like to do things based on what you guys want to see as well. I'll be looking out, obviously, as things are presented in the news and picking certain topics. But I'd like for you guys to help out in that regard. And just tell me what you want to talk about, what you want to, maybe some stories, and I'll be glad to do some investigative reporting and get back to you with my findings. Well, welcome to the channel. It's going to be a wild ride. Take care. Thanks for coming by. Peace.